mud, came up, they ain't think that I could do it. Rise up, then I look back like, man, I knew it. Out the mud, was in the dirt, climbed up. Now I'm on top and it's stuck. Out the mud.
Yep, it's your girl Coco Out the Mud podcast. I'm here with my co-host
Hollywood Tech,
and we have
our guest
Sandman the Jeweler.
Say it again.
Sandman the Jeweler.
Ooh, bling bling.
show what you got on. What you got?
A little something we just like today.
Not
too much.
Okay, now we have Sandman the Jeweler, right? That's right.
Yeah, Sandman
Okay.
the Jeweler.
I'm easy to mess up some names. I want
Oh,
to make sure I got your handle correctly. Well, first and foremost, thank you for taking time out to, be a part of Out the Mud podcast. As we mentioned before, we want to get to the good, the bad, the ugly. Probably want to see some tears falling. But yeah, we definitely want to hear your story because, with success, we always know it's a story behind it. It's always, something, it's not always glamorous. Everyone always see the good, but no one never knows the bad that's behind, the story of your success.
Right.
So definitely thank you for, being a part and sharing your story because somebody else wants to probably inspire someone else, like keep going, and you'll be having that bling on. I need you to bling my watch out because it's a little boring. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
All right, so let's go into what you do. Talk about what you got going on right now.
Okay. I'm a jeweler. We're located in Stockbridge right now. We're doing some reconstruction. So if you want anything done, just hit me on Instagram at Grills Done Right. Or you can go to grillsdoneright.com, schedule a consultation, come on down to Midtown and see me.
Okay. Jeweler. So let's take it back a little bit.
Okay, all right.
What was your childhood like? Like, what was your family life like?
My family life was cool. I grew up with me and my mom. For those that don't know, I'm from Zone 2, I'm from Buckhead. It was just regular. My mom plays a huge influence in my life. My mom did real estate when I was growing up, so it afforded her the opportunity to be in my life and be around me all the time. So she really helped me put my business acumen together. But I just had a regular childhood, played basketball. For those that don't know but recognize my face, I was in high school All-American. So when I graduated high school, I was the number 24 player in the state of Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basketball took up most of my childhood.
So are you the only sibling or you have more siblings?
I'm my mama's only child, but my dad has 3 kids. So
Okay.
I got 2 brothers and 1 sister.
All right. Because that's what I was getting out your story is that you're the only child. So with mom on mom's side, which is good.
Oh yeah, but I grew up in a house with my auntie and my little cousin. So me and my little cousin, we
Like brothers.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And y'all still have a good relationship to this day?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, awesome. And is your mom, she's still doing real estate?
Nah, my mom chilling. She in school now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So before you got into business for yourself, what exactly was it that you was doing before then?
I was rapping, and then after that, I was teaching.
Oh, teaching, like middle school, elementary, high?
Middle school, elementary. Yeah, I taught for about 15 years.
Oh my goodness. And what subject?
Every subject. Over the course of 15 years, I covered pretty much everything.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're probably a big influence on a couple of kids' lives and their success stories. Like, yeah.
I would like to think so.
Yeah.
I would like to think so, yeah.
Because teachers really don't get as much credit as they need to get.
Nah, they don't.
Yeah, my friend, she's a teacher. Well, she's a assistant principal now. But I saw her do so much behind the scenes work that as growing up, I didn't expect and I didn't think that teachers really do so much. But y'all really do a lot off papers, off the clock. It's constantly work after work after work. So while you was a teacher for 15 years, how did you become Sandman?
Oh, well, I was always Sandman. I actually, I'm named after my great grandfather, Silver Sanders.
Oh.
He was murdered by the Klan, the KKK, on my grandmother's 4th birthday. He went to go pick up her cake that he had specially made, and there was a white man there, and he wanted the cake. But my great grandfather, he didn't work a job. He was an entrepreneur, so there was no, if you don't give me the cake, I'm gonna tell your boss.
Right,
he is the boss.
He is the boss.
So
like,
he wasn't
who
going.
you gonna tell?
Right, exactly. He wasn't going, and an altercation ensued. He took the cake from the white man. The white man rounded up a bunch of other white men, and what they used to do back in the day is whatever they couldn't, because this is Alabama.
Okay, I was about to say what part of the state it was in.
So whatever they couldn't afford on their side of town, they would come to our side of town and take it because
they feel like they was more threatened.
Exactly. So what you gonna do? You can't report them to the police. There's nothing that's gonna happen. So if they can't afford it, so that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to take the cake. But my great grandfather,
not for my baby 4th birthday.
Absolutely. And so he took the cake back. The white man went outside, rounded up a bunch of other white men, and they ended up killing him and throwing his body parts behind the bakery.
Oh my goodness.
And so
basically, sorry, there was some vindictive, like, since we couldn't get your cake, we're gonna kill you.
Yeah.
And put your body parts behind the bakery where your cake was. Oh wow.
Yeah, like
that's hurtful.
And so my great grandmother only had, at that time, she only had one child, which was my grandmother. My grandmother had 3 children, and out of her 3 children, they were all girls, and only one of them had kids, which was me. And when I was born, my mom took me down to see my great grandmother, and she said I used to act just like Silver, and she used to call me a little Sandman.
Oh wow! I
love
it. I love it. By having that name of your great grandfather, and you carrying that name, and just even some of your similarities of him, how did that make you feel? Because you know your great grandma or your grandmother's looking like, oh, he's still here, even though he's not here, because they see it through you.
I think it always gave me purpose. I'm a fun guy, but I ain't really no silly guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that knowing where my name comes from, it constrains some of my actions. And then it also, in a lot of instances, it prevented me from crashing out because I feel like, you know, I got stuff to accomplish. And this peanuts, whatever it is that you're talking about over here. So I'm going to let this go. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. I'm a fun man, but I'm not a silly man.
Yeah, facts.
I like that, like, because basically saying, I'm fun, but don't play with me.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So
I like
that means the name, you know, it definitely carries some weight because it comes from your bloodline. So where do you kind of get these, where did you hear these stories from your grandma, great grandma, you said?
My great grandmother, I took care, she remarried, she ended up remarrying maybe 10 years later. But I took care of my great grandmother and my great grandfather before they passed. And they passed when they were 95.
Oh wow.
So I heard a lot of stories and they told me a lot of stuff.
I love it.
That's so important. To know kind of where you come from, like your heritage, because apparently it's somewhere in the blood, right? Entrepreneurship, because you're great.
It's in you. It's in you. It's not on you. I always say that you can tell when it's in a person and it's directly in you because your great granddad was in it, and then your mom, now you. I'm quite sure some of your cousins, they're probably bosses too.
Yeah, I never thought about that. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
So, where do we get Sandman the Jeweler from? So jeweler. When did that come into play?
That came into play during the pandemic because I was running the tutoring service for students with special needs.
Oh wow!
The pandemic came, and no more going to nobody's house. That's over with. And man, my mom gave me $1,000, and she was like, "You're always doing nice stuff for people. You're always doing responsible stuff. Don't do anything responsible.
Treat yourself.
Do something for yourself.
Yeah, treat yourself."
And so I took $700. I put it in the Robinhood app, and then I took $300, and I was going to go get a grill.
Yeah.
And I pulled up to the dude's spot, and it was crazy because his Instagram page, it really didn't have anything on it. It was just maybe like 10 grills, and then like half the stuff on the page was misspelled. So I was just like, all right, but I like the prices, so I was like,
let me go and get this.
Right, let's just go ahead.
$99.99.
Right. Hey. And so I pulled up. Somebody in the back was playing my music, but it was like in a mix because it was like on YouTube or something. And I was like, hey, bro, that's me. He was like, anyway, do you want this grill?
Right. Because he knows you.
Right. I was like, nah, really, that's me. Right. And he was like, do you want this grill? And I was like, so I took out my phone, I showed him my Instagram. I was like, no, that's me. What you listen to, that's me.
Right.
He skipped over all that. He was like, you got a lot of followers.
Yeah. Like, I need you.
Right. He was like, so do you want to, I get this to you wholesale. Or, I get this to you retail, let you go about your business. Or I can give it to you at wholesale, and you bring me a few customers to make up the difference for what I didn't charge.
Man.
Facts. That's what I said. So I was like, all right, let's do that. And then turn to that, to bringing more people in outside of, repaying my debt.
Yeah.
Then he was like, well, you can't be doing this for free. Like, here. And then I was looking at the money in my hand. I was like, damn, there's money in my hand just from talking on Instagram. I'm like, all right, let's try it. And so it just started to grow and grow and grow. And then eventually I was like, I need to open up my own spot. And then that's what happened. We just been rolling.
That's good. So did he teach you the game of like where to find the good jewelry at, where to find like the diamonds? Because I know I be seeing on Instagram how they go and they do the little jewelry test to make sure if it's really fake.
Right.
How and where, not, you have to say secrets in reference to where you find them.
Right.
But how do you know I'm quite sure your expertise, but before you, before you really got a pro in it and you was learning about it, how did you know what was good and what was not good in reference to like the diamonds and the jewelry? You know what I'm saying? What was good?
Sitting around, paying attention, because he wasn't just making grills. He was making like pendants and earrings and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when because I was there maybe like 8 hours a day, Monday through Saturday for 8 months, every day, just locked in. So you get to, people come through, celebrities come through, vendors come through, you meet people. Yeah. And so from there, I, just always shaking hands and being observant.
Yeah.
And
being in the right room at the right time.
Absolutely. And the game is about your face card. So when people start to recognize your face, they're like, they're more welcoming for you to come in.
Right.
If they got some, can y'all cuss on here?
Yeah.
So if they got some bullshit, they're not gonna sell it to you because they know who you're connected to and they know what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah. So it's like, can't sell this bullshit to
Like
he's official. He already know what's good.
Yeah.
So question though, I do want to know this. When you went to go buy your grill, what's the average cost of a grill? Because yours is like blinged out.
Thank you. If you're looking to get like, you gotta keep in mind this is also like 5 years ago. So I think at that time I paid $300 for a 6-piece, 10-karat gold. But now if you're looking for a 6-piece, for me, you're looking at like 5 flat, maybe like $490, somewhere around there. Yeah. Like
490?
Yeah, 490.
Oh, okay. Not 5, like 5K.
No.
Like, whoa.
Not for 10-karat gold. Nah.
Yeah. Now, are your grill right now? Is it a pull out or is it just permanent?
Nah, it comes out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it comes out.
So you said about meeting people, being in this business.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you feel like is one of the like dopest people that you've met, or just like a shock, like, oh snap, I really just met this person?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think I have you just met this person. Well, okay. Nah, I haven't had a wow, I can't believe I just met this person type moment. But I have run into quite a few rappers that I was listening to anyway. Yeah. And then they hit me on Instagram. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool.
Right.
So like, especially like down in Florida, so like Tom G, Coley P, Keith Wireless, a couple dudes out of 2 Chainz camp when he had a whole camp. I don't know what he's doing right now. I think that was kind of it. So if you're not really into Florida music, like, you might not know who they are.
Yeah.
But it was kind of cool for me because I was like, damn, bro, I was
That's
just listening to your mixtape.
That's what's
okay,
up.
all right.
Like a circle of a round table circle because they was listening to your mixtape. Now you listen to theirs and you run into these people to sell grill to them.
Yeah.
Now in this industry, because especially with the business that you provide, you run, like Tay said, you run into people. Have you ever ran into a person that was like rude or a person that you introduce yourself to them, be like, oh yeah, we can work together, then kind of found out they didn't want to work with you?
Man.
Go on and say it. I feel like you got a story.
I got a couple stories. But I got like 2. One, and he wasn't rude. It was just I learned that Chico Bean is a consummate professional. I understood this business better. I was at Perimeter Mall.
Chico Bean with Wildin' Out?
Yeah, with Wildin' Out.
Okay.
And like, it was early in the morning. Everybody trying to get in the Apple store like early. And so I'm coming out. I had just started the business. So, I got grills done right, everything. The pants, the shirt, the hat.
You own it.
I'm on it. Like, everywhere I go, right, the mascot. You know what I'm saying? So I see him coming to the mall, and then I'm coming out of the Apple store. He coming in the mall. I see him, and I'm not, at this point, I've been doing grills. Yeah. I don't really have no name yet.
Right,
so I'm still having to do my elevator speech and pitch it to people in 15 seconds and shit like that. And I'm like, I feel like I'm him, so I don't really be liking to approach people and be like, hey, can I get an autograph?
Yeah, hey, buddy.
Right. You need some of your attention. Like, I don't feel like a groupie.
Yeah.
So I was just like, bro, just go with it, man. You offer a premium product, just go with it.
Right.
So I walked up to him. At first, I just dapped him up, and I was like, what's going on, bro? Yeah, I like what you're doing. Like, it's amazing. But I realized at that time, it's 6'4". It's a lot of meat, you know what I'm saying? He not really a big dude. So I realized I was closing the gap. We the only 2 people in this part of the mall.
Right.
Like, I know I'm aggressive because I'm excited, and I'm trying to tell him.
Yeah.
I'm kind of talking loud. And he was like, oh, okay, all right. And I'm reading the look on his face. I was like, oh, nah, bro, my bad. Anyway, I sell grills, you know what I'm saying, and jewelry and blah, blah, blah. So if you ever need something, look me up on Instagram. He was like, okay. So he pulled out his phone, and he types it in. He was like, this you? Yeah. I'm like, yeah. He was like, oh, okay, I'm about to send you a message right now.
Right. He hit you with $1.
Yeah. He pushed the button, he started typing the message. I was like, okay, bro, I'm going to hear from you, blah, blah, blah. And then it didn't even really dawn on me. I checked maybe 2 days later. I'm like, man,
what a message.
What a message. I'm scrolling, I don't see nothing. I was like, okay. Then I was like, I ain't get no notification.
He fugazi.
Right. I went to my followers, and he ain't following me. I was like, oh, bro.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm sure he get hit with that all the time. That's how the game go.
Yeah.
So, and I think the only other thing that's kind of be irritating me about the game is rappers that are like, oh, I want to shop with a black jeweler. I like jewelers that look like me. I want to support blah, blah, blah. Run me down at the concerts. Just won't get out of my ear asking me the price on this, that, and the third. And then
turn around and go to
absolutely. Wow.
Yeah. So that's if you think about it, that's not necessarily like a struggle type thing, but it is like a struggle to get your name out there because they're constantly getting your advice, your expertise, and then go spend money elsewhere versus spending with somebody that look like them. How do that make you feel in this industry, in this business that you're in, that, okay, I got the right products, I got the right information, I gave it to them, and they still went somewhere else?
We sell a lot, so it don't. It just irritates me more than it bothers me.
Gotcha.
Like if it was affecting my bottom line, then I would be like upset.
Yeah.
We sell a lot anyway, but it does. It has made me move smarter.
Yeah.
Like we make something called a CAD. So before you get your pendant or whatever, we make a computer assisted design, and it's a 3D model of what exactly it's gonna look like.
Right.
And so what I was finding is when I was new to the game, CADs usually run you like between $300 to $600. People were coming to me, having me graph out their idea, putting it all together. Then they would take that and then take it to somebody else. And I was like, oh, okay.
That's how we doing it.
Bet. So now
I'm
we charge you for CAD. Facts.
I'm charging you for my graphics. Since you want to go somewhere else, I'm charging.
That part.
Because that takes time too.
Absolutely.
That takes a lot of time, and then you have to send it back to them. They have to tell you what they don't like and do like, and then you have to correct it. And you don't make no money off of it because then they go somewhere else with it.
Facts.
You're like, I know you lying.
So now it costs money to call my phone. It costs money for a CAD. Right. It costs money for a consultation. That way, if you leave at any point, that's okay.
Right. I'm still getting paid.
I still get paid.
Right. Because time is money.
Absolutely.
Time is money.
Absolutely.
So going through this entrepreneurship journey, did you kind of have a point where you're like, damn, like I'm really doing this?
Yeah.
Like, was there a month where you were just like, yo, I'm killing it this month. I can't believe it's working out.
Start doing your MC Hammer dance. Like, yeah, baby, where we going tonight?
Tell us about that.
Yeah. Man, a rapper from Boston came down, underground guy. He flew down with his girlfriend. He flew down here just to see me.
Oh wow.
And I think that was my first, I ain't tell you this when I sold it to you, but that was my first diamond grill I sold.
Oh yeah.
And he came down with the duffel bag and just dumped it on the table. Oh shit. Yeah. Act normal. Act normal. Act like right.
In your head, you like like that video be like
Right. I was like, yeah. Oh, yeah. He was like, you need to count it? I'm like, nah, it's all there. It's all there.
Your body like, she already counted. Right. As soon as you leave, I can't wait to count it.
So that was like the moment. I took the long way home. Like, that shit was crazy. I didn't even go to my house to count it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out my homegirl, Mika. I went to her house, and she let me. She wasn't even there. She was like, oh, it's unlocked. I parked on the side, went in through the back.
Yeah, no, for real.
I was just like, but it was at that moment I was like, oh, yeah, I'm in the game.
Yeah, it's on now.
It's on.
Well, congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that. You know,
appreciate
that's when you feel like you pat yourself on the back. Like, okay, all this hustling, this late nights and early mornings, it don't pay it off. So now his friend, he's gonna tell his friend, and their friend's gonna. It's all about referral too. You know, so that's what's. And then now you have a return customer.
Absolutely.
So that's what's up. I love that.
So talking about them late nights and early mornings, what does the average day look like for you being an entrepreneur and like?
I have a better now that I have a bigger name. I have a better work-life balance.
Yeah.
But like at the time,
it was all over the place.
Yeah, it was just all work. Like. And I think that's how it helped my business grow too, because I was just like, you could call me and be like, I could be in Stockbridge, you could be in Kennesaw, and you want something done. Oh, I'm headed right then, like it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Then after a while, you just start to like burn out. Then you're just like, this is not really making sense. And like,
have some structure.
Absolutely.
Some structure.
Because it just
feel you on that.
Because when I was on my shop on Old National, the truck drivers used to. Because we also had a mechanic shop. We used to sell rims, sell car stereos, wrap cars.
Wait, we didn't hear all that now. That's
yeah. My homies was in there, and we was all.
So it was like one-stop shop.
Absolutely. So we used to be in that thing like all night.
Yeah.
1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and then especially like the truck drivers that park over there by Jamaican. They walk over to the shop or whatever because they got crazy schedules. Or
right, exactly.
So
you was hustling.
Yeah.
So you just had to do whatever you had to do to get the flow of your business going.
Absolutely.
But see, that's the thing that people don't know about. You know, when you are starting up in business, is that you have to wear many hats.
Absolutely.
Like you're your receptionist, you're your assistant, your promoter, you're your accountant, you're everything until you get to that point and you're like, you know what? Like Steve Harvey said, I'm gonna hire some people.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So while you was in business, was it ever like starting business, was it ever like a downtime in business that you like, I'm tired, I don't want to do this shit no more, I quit? Was it ever those moments? Have you ever cried in your business? Like cried, like, man, God, Jesus, what are we doing?
I think at the very beginning when it was really slow, I never wanted to quit, but I was just like, oh, maybe this ain't all that I thought it was cracked up to be.
Right.
Because it took a long time to get it off the ground. It took a long time to get my first sale. Right. And then after that, it took a long time for it to have some remnants of a business. Because at first it was just like a hustle. Like it's just like, what I'm saying, just a little something
side hustle at this point, yeah.
So that, and I think the last time Donald Trump was in office and he was pissing folks off and imposing tariffs and like boats weren't coming in, like the vendors, because my name wasn't that big, the vendors are going to sell to their friends first. You know what I'm saying? Facts. And I probably should know, but I'm not fully aware of how all of this is regulated. So some spots are just no. They'll just tell you straight up no. You walk in, no. Yeah. Like it's not, and what you gonna do? They don't sell to the public, so there's no like we're gonna boycott, we're gonna pick it, because only jewelers are buying from them, and they not. And who are you? We're not gonna mess with what we got going on for you. You do right, absolutely. So I think those are probably like the two biggest moments where I was like, okay, I might have messed up, I might have got in over my skis. Yeah, gotcha.
What keeps you going through those moments when you're seeing it like not working out, right, like in front of your face? What keeps you pushing?
I don't know. I want this bad.
I love it.
What I'm saying? I want it bad, and so there was a time in my 20s where I was just asking the universe, if you could just stop the bad stuff from happening, I'll take it from here. You don't even got to give me just stop the bad stuff. Stop the bad, yes. Like God, I don't want to be strong. Right. I just want to be regular. Right. If I could just be regular, that'd be great. And so, I just think about those moments. Like I saw, I saw a Facebook post. You know how it has, like it'll bring up your memories. Yeah. And it brought back one of my memories. I think I was like 25, 23. I think it was like, if you could have any three things, what would it be? And my post said, I want all my partners to come home from either, being incarcerated or being overseas. Yeah. I wanted like $5,000 cash, and I wanted a Dodge Challenger. Like that was it. Like that's all I wanted out of life. And I was like, bro, look how far you come. Right. Like, that was what you wanted. Right, exactly. Like that's all you wanted out of life. No, I ended up getting a Charger. I got a Charger, a Maserati, a 300S, and a Yukon. Oh, you bypassed the Dodge. Yeah. So. The Dodge area is over. That's what's up. So, I love your story. I definitely love your story. So, by chance, because kids need you, and I know that you got a lot of other stuff going on. Do you ever see yourself going back into teaching? Absolutely. Yeah. I go back next year. Man, I don't know if y'all saw them pay raises that they gave to APS. Yeah. That was crazy. I was like, you like, let me go. Right. Let me see what y'all got going on. Little JoJo here. Right. Absolutely. A, B, C. Right. That part. That's what's up though, because you can still run your business and still, follow your calling too with helping kids, especially the much needed ones, because you got to have patience for that first and foremost. You got to have a love for it. So I feel the love that you have for it. Yeah, absolutely. And my teaching license is still good, but the ultimate goal is to open a charter school.
Are you more passionate about teaching than your jewelry business, or what's got you thinking about going kind of back?
For me, it's like my mom mom told me young, she was like, if you really gonna be an entrepreneur, you really gonna hustle. Hustlers don't care what they sell. It's about something larger than the business.
Right.
And I used to think that it was the money, but I realized it's not. Now, I like the money, look. Yeah. I don't ever want to get that messed up.
Right.
But
so don't get that misconstrued.
Right, at all.
The check comes definitely.
The check comes first. But now I realized that, like, if you go on my Instagram page, I have a whole bunch of videos of me with their jewelry, and it's the look on people's faces when I give it to them.
Oh Lord!
And that's the same look that parents have when we have a parent-teacher conference.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, your son's doing well, or they're doing better. Let me show you their map data, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And like, I realize it's when parents are like, man, nobody's ever said anything nice about my kid.
Right.
Nobody ever, finding those things. I realize that's what I'm addicted to. That's what I like. I like putting a smile on people's face.
Oh, you the cool teacher.
So it's deeper than the money.
Yeah. You the teacher that we're gonna go into your classroom and talk to you about everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if you think about it, your kids is with the teacher at least 80% of their life.
Yeah.
So it's like become like such a second nature. Oh, this is my friend.
Yeah.
Somebody I'm learning from, but also someone that could give me some good advice too.
Yeah, fact. But I tell the kids quick, I am like your uncle. I am not your friend. I'm not your brother, your sister. I'm like your uncle. I'm like your cool uncle.
The shorter uncle that's cool.
Right, that part.
Like, no, get your schoolwork done. Take care of this. Focus on that.
Yeah, that part. So don't get it misconstrued. I am not your friend. We not finna have no back and forth.
Yeah.
I am your uncle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So you do music too.
I do.
So do you kind of get the same feeling from music that you get? Is there a feeling there like you described?
I think music is all for me. Like,
that's just your little thing.
It's strictly for me. I could be sitting here and come up with some altruistic story about how it makes people smile. Nah, man, it make me feel good.
Yeah.
I like how I sound when I rap. I like other people's facial expressions when they don't know I can rap, and then they see like an old concert footage from me or something like
rapping.
that. And be like, oh,
you dope.
Right.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, cause I know.
Right. You like, yeah, I'm good at that.
Yeah.
It's like, that's something else I'm good at.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
That was definitely my first passion. Like, that's what kind of got the ball rolling.
Yeah.
I had a song called Swagger Swiper, and I was down in Columbus, Georgia. So I used to do the intro to the 5 o'clock mix, whatever show came on at 8, the morning show. So people was hearing my voice for 2 years, every hour on the hour, plus whatever song. And I done performed with Nicki Minaj, Gucci Mane, T.I., Young Job, Michael Montana. Like,
you do have that voice. Voice of somebody want to hear what you got to say. Either you could be a rapper or a preacher, or whatever, But you got that voice. It's like it's one of those, not like, oh, what's up? It's yeah, what's up? So it's like one of those voices of like, okay, welcome. So with all you done been through, knowing your grandfather's story, knowing what you had to do to get into the jewelry business, teaching these kids, the special need kids that, I really rarely hear a lot of people do, because that's a lot of work. And also your music and stuff, just everything in one. If you had a choice to go back and tell your younger self and advise your younger self, what would be that advice that you'll tell your younger self?
I would tell my younger self, stay calm, stay vigilant. Everything's happening for a reason. And all the stuff you're going through now is going to pay off huge for you. Just hold on a little bit longer. I
love it. Tay, you have anything you want to ask him? Or?
I think that is a great way to end it. That's beautiful.
First, before we end it, how can they find you?
You can find me on TikTok at Sandman ESQ TV, or you can find me on Instagram at Sandman ESQ, or Grills Done Right, or type in Sandman the Jeweler. Either way, you type in any of those things and you'll definitely find me. I'll definitely pop up.
Cool. Thank you.